Okay, so let's talk about a song that, well, you definitely know it. In fact, it might be impossible not to know it. It's one of the first songs a lot of us ever learn. We've all heard it, we've all sung it, but have you ever, really thought about it? About what it's actually saying? Well, today, that is exactly what we are going to do.
Yep, there it is. That's the one. It sounds so simple, right? Kind of mindless even. But what if it's not? What if I told you that hiding inside that super catchy, repetitive song, there's actually a pretty complex system at play? Let's peel back the layers and see what's really going on in there.
So, here's our game plan. We'll start with why this song is just everywhere. Then we're going to dissect the bus itself, the machine. After that, we'll get to the people, the social side of things. We'll look at the refrain that holds it all together. And finally, we'll ask the big question. Is this thing a blueprint for society?
All right, Section 1, an ubiquitous nursery rhyme, or a socio-auditory examination of a cultural artifact. Look, right off the bat, we got to stop thinking of this as just a song for kids. Seriously, it's way more than that. It's this foundational piece of culture, a sound that millions and millions of us share. And because of that, it really deserves a closer look.
And here's the thing. This is why it's kind of brilliant. It's not just teaching one thing, it's working on multiple levels at the same time. You're not just hearing lyrics, right? You're actively connecting sounds to actions, and you're witnessing a tiny little society play out right in front of you. It's basically a child's first lesson in how the world operates, all hidden inside this incredibly simple song.
All right, moving on. Section 2, Anatomy of a Machine, a systematic analysis of the bus's mechanical components. So let's get into it. We're going to start our deconstruction with the most concrete, tangible thing in the entire song, the bus, the actual machine. And listen, try to forget everything you actually know about a real bus. For this, we're only using the evidence the lyrics provide.
Just look at this. The pattern is, wow, it's incredibly consistent. Every single piece of the bus we hear about gets a component, an action, and a sound. And each one repeated 3 times. It's like a masterclass in teaching pattern recognition. And did you ever notice how it builds? It actually starts with implied sounds. You know, the round and round of the wheels, the opening shut of the doors. Then it gets into the really obvious sound words.
And the key literary device it uses to pull this off? Onomatopoeia. Yeah, it's a fun word to say, but it's not just that. It's an incredibly powerful teaching tool. It forges this direct link between an object and the sound it makes. This whole mechanical world of the bus, it's literally built on that simple, super memorable connection.
Okay, so we've looked at the hardware. Now it's time for the software, the people. And this, right here, is where the song pivots. It moves away from simple mechanics and dives headfirst into the much, much messier world of social dynamics.
So, check this out. The song doesn't just throw a random list of passengers at you. No way. It actually follows this really clear progression. It goes from the general, the people, down to a very specific age group, the babies. And then it drills down even further into specific family roles, mommies and daddies. This is not an accident. There's a deliberate social structure being presented here.
So what are these different groups actually doing? Well, the people just have a simple physical action, right? Up and down. Then you get the babies, and they're all about raw emotion. Wah, wah, wah. And what happens next? The parents react. The mommies jump in to correct that behavior, and the daddies come in with words of affirmation.
And this is where things get, well, really interesting. The song is assigning these very specific and, you could say, traditionally gendered roles. In the world of this song, the mommies are the caretakers. Their job is to manage behavior, to keep things in line. The daddies, though, their role is to be the nurturers, the ones offering direct affection. The song lays these out as 2 distinct, almost complementary functions. It's a very specific model of a family unit.
Okay, Section 4, the unifying refrain, the structural anchor of the entire composition. So we've got the machine and we've got the people. Now let's talk about the glue that holds all of it together, the refrain. It's really the one constant in this whole formula.
I mean, look, the structure is practically a mathematical formula. Every single verse is identical in its construction. You take a subject, you add an action and a sound, and you pin it all to one unifying location. This isn't just lazy songwriting, not at all. It's an absolutely brilliant teaching tool. That predictability, that's the magic. That's what lets a kid guess what's next, sing along, and actually learn.
And that unifying location, that little phrase, all through the town, it gets repeated a whopping 10 times in the song. 10!
It's the anchor, both geographically and thematically. It's the constant reminder that all these separate little events, the wipers swishing, the babies crying, the mommies shushing, they're all happening together as part of one shared experience, one single journey through a community.
Which brings us to our final section and the big question. A blueprint for society? We're going to synthesize everything now. We've got the machine, we've got the people, we've got the journey. So, when you mash all of that together, what does it all actually mean?
You know, when you take a step back and look at the whole picture, the song is basically describing a perfect little microcosm of society. Think about it. You've got a piece of technology, the bus, with all these different parts that have to work together. Inside it, you have a population of people, and they have a social structure. They have their own specific roles. And this entire system moves together through a shared space. It's a whole self-contained world on wheels.
So that's what we're left with, right? This one big question. Is Wheels on the Bus just a simple little song we sing to kids to keep them busy? Or is it something way deeper? A surprisingly elegant little blueprint for how society works, from the nuts and bolts all the way up to the social rules? It's definitely something to chew on the next time you hear those wheels going round and round.